what the black man and woman needs to know about the nation, about the world, about themselves. Muhammad Speaks It. To order your 12-issue subscription to Muhammad Speaks newspaper, 313-371-7033. 313-371-7033. Kareem Bean Pie is the grand champion of all bean pies. The rich flavor and smooth texture takes this pie to a whole new level of delicious. One bite and you'll understand why people all over the country call daily to order Kareem Bean Pie. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033. Kareem Bean Pie.
This bean pie is delicious.
Muhammad Speaks presents Messenger Elijah Muhammad's Teachings by Minister Khalil Shabazz every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. at Muhammad's Temple of Islam, 12609 East McNichols Road in Detroit.
All right, brothers and sisters, we rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Soul Master's dead gentlemen in which we now live. The alone do we serve, and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path of those upon whom thou spill thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard thy teachings. Say he, Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none served to be served, worship or praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is thy true servant and last apostle. Ameen. All right. We'd like to acknowledge the brothers and sisters that extended us the greetings of Assalamu alaikum. We have Brother Muhammad Abdul Rashid from Florida. We have Sister Hala Brooks from California. We have Brother Samori Samad from New York. And we have Sister Nubila from Arizona. I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of his last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'd like to greet the brothers and sisters with the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Today we like to talk about to know the black woman. This was a picture that was shared this week. It was either this week or last week. But this picture went viral. Her name is Taylor Sims. She is at a kindergarten graduation. So her mother just shared her picture on Facebook. You know, just sharing pictures like we all share pictures. But her picture went viral because everybody saw how this sister looked. So this sister looks like the embodiment of the Queen Mother of Civilization. It says this comes from because many news like USA Today and Good Morning America and other news media wrote articles about her. This one says, ready to take on the world and win. Photo of kindergarten girl at graduation goes viral. It says Taylor Sims teacher describes the rising first grader as confident, strong-willed, and resilient. So this right here is a picture of what the black woman is by nature. And this also showed us that, like the messenger says, if we teach them from the cradle, they will be willing to just live out what their true nature is, to just teach them from the cradle. But the messenger says that the black man has a problem. This comes from the February 28th, 1964, Muhammad Speaks. And this is the highlight of the Messenger Savior's Day address. The messenger says, he says the so-called Negro's problem is to find our rightful place in this threatening universal war. He says being blind, deaf, and dumb to the knowledge of self have made it impossible for us to find our way to self and our rightful place on this earth and among our own kind, until the coming of Allah, God, in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. So that's the problem of the black man. The messenger said, being made blind, deaf, and dumb, it makes it impossible for us to find our way to self, to find our way to our rightful place on this earth and among our own kind. Because the black man, the messenger says, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he says the greatest crime has been committed against us. Right. And that is to rob a person of the knowledge of self. Because just like animals live off instinct, humans live off knowledge. Right. So that's why Allah guides us on the right path. Because people need guidance, right guidance. Because you could be on the right path. Right. You still need to be guided on the right path. That's why we must understand the religion of Islam. That's right. Islam means entire submission to the will of Allah. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that that's what the black man is by nature. Right. But the black man and woman have been robbed of a knowledge of self. So we don't know our rightful place. Right. We don't know our rightful place among our people. We don't know our place on earth, and we cannot find our place among ourselves. Right. So let's talk about or break down, what does mother of civilization actually mean? Because a lot of times we say the black woman is the mother of civilization. But do we actually understand what that means? So what does mother mean? Mother means a woman in relation to her child or children. That's what a mother means. So the messenger taught us that the black woman is the mother of civilization. So that means in relation to everyone else. Because the black woman, everybody comes from us. Every race of people on this earth comes from the black man. So we must understand our relationship to them. Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that we must take our rightful place. So we must know that the black woman is the mother of civilization. But now we must understand, what does civilization mean? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us the meaning of civilization. He said civilization means knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, refinement, one who is not savage, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what civilization means. So the black woman is the mother of refinement, the mother of knowledge, the mother of wisdom, the mother of culture, the mother of being civilized. Praise be to Allah. We never hear this about the black woman. She the mother of it all. That's right. Mother means in relationship to all those who came from her. Because the messenger taught us mother of civilization. Now we got to break it down and talk about these hypocrites and these snakes. We got to. Because we get a misunderstanding of what mother of civilization is because of them. Now let's start with this hypocrite, Louis Eugene Walcott. Whoa. We see this hypocrite sitting with a Chinese woman. Her name is Ellen X. Lay. This is her name. He a hypocrite. Because how is she the mother of civilization? Because this is a picture of her in her MGT garment. Because she is an MGT in his nation of Islam. The messenger taught us that we are the lost, found nation of Islam. We have been lost from our own. That's who we are. So if we the lost, found nation of Islam, How is she in an MGT garment? Because the messenger said we must take our rightful place. Right. We got to know our place. We got to know her place. We got to know the difference between the two. She is a Chinese woman. So when we say that the black woman is the queen mother of civilization, she not the queen mother of civilization. When we say the black woman is the best, we ain't talking about her. We got to know our place. Let's go to the messenger. This comes from the November 4th, 1966, Muhammad Speaks. It's called Peace or Destruction, Nation and Races. This the messenger. He says, number one, the brown race is the first grafted from the black. That's number one. The brown race represents the Japanese. The messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he told us that they are the first race grafted from the black man, the brown. Right. Then he goes on to say, he says, number two, the yellow race is the second. He was grafted from the brown. Right. The yellow race represents the Chinese. Because we got to take our rightful place on earth. We got to find our way to self, and we must know others. Because when we say that the black woman is the queen mother of civilization, we're not talking about all the original people. We're not talking about the black, brown, yellow, red, and all of that. We're talking about the black woman. Right. Do to Allah. But we got hypocrites who real slick. Because the one thing this hypocrite do, whenever he want to give you some misunderstanding about the black woman, he always get the pretty sister to be the one who is the face of his misunderstanding. So if he wants somebody to walk around with their hair hanging out their headpiece, it's going to be a pretty sister that they going to have doing. Because most brothers ain't going to say nothing to the pretty sister. Most people ain't. Let the pretty sister do what she want to do. So he got the pretty little Asian. Put the pretty little Asian in her MGT garment. Then he don't say the black woman, he say the woman. He talk about humanity. That's why you got to stay on these hypocrites and these snakes. That's right. Because if you don't, they will have you deaf, dumb, and blind. Right. Messenger said the black man is the original man. He said the black man is the only self-created man on earth. Right. Messenger told us after the black man created himself, he created the black woman. He said he created the black woman for his pleasure. Right. That's the messenger's teachings. Yeah. And from us came all other people. Right. So this hypocrite got her as Eileen X. Lee. She got an X before her name. She don't have a slave name. Lay is not a slave name. That's right. The messenger taught us that we wear an X because we was robbed. We was robbed of our names. We was robbed of our language. We was robbed of our culture. And we was robbed of our God. So we wear the white man's name. The white man calls us after his names. The messenger says the white man renames us and nicknames us. We go by his names. So the messenger wrote articles that says why the black man should be called by names of Allah. Because we have slave names. So the messenger gave us an X. X represents the unknown. Because we was robbed of our names. This Chinese woman, she wasn't robbed of her name. Right. But this is real slick from a hypocrite. Right. Because who gonna say something to the hypocrite? The hypocrite got the pretty little Chinese woman talking about the woman, talking about the womb, This is how slick he is. So the messenger goes on. He says, number 3, the white race is the third grafted from the black man. This race cannot get along in peace together because he is the last one who has been grafted out of the blood of the black, brown, and yellow. There is no brotherhood in him. The members of the white race is a complete race to themselves. That's what we got to know. She a grafted race herself. Right. She was the second grafted race from the black man. She was grafted from the brown. Right. So she ain't our brother, as you would. She a grafted race. So when we talking about the mother of, we ain't talking about her. That's right. And I don't mean no disrespect to her. I don't want her, if she ever crossed this video, to think I'm disrespecting her. But if you faking like you accept the teachings of the messenger, all we doing is saying what he said. Right. He said you the second grafted race. Praise is due to Allah. So the white man is the third grafted race. The messenger said once Yaqub got to the white race, he was no more original. He was completely different. He was 100% wicked and evil. That's the white man. Right. So the messenger goes on. He says the members of the white race is a complete race to themselves. They do not belong to any other race existing between them and the black. The black race is the father of them all. That's right. That's what we got to remember. And the messenger says, take charge of your post. Yes. And all temple property in view. We the black man. Right. We supposed to take charge. No, what you got this Chinese woman in an MGT? That's how you take charge. Why she in here with us? Right. She never was lost from her own kind. Right. So how does English lesson C1 apply to her? How does problem number 2 apply to her? How does the meaning of MGT apply to her? That's this hypocrite. Yes, Louis Eugene. Louis Eugene Walcott. But let's go on even further with the message. Talk about it, bro. This comes from the July 11, 1969, Muhammad speaks. The messenger says, he said, how many lives did the black man lose in the Pacific while he helped the white man to conquer the people of Japan, who are the brown, half brother of the black man? He says the brown race and the yellow race are the half brother of the black man. That's the teachings of, we got to know our place among all of these people. Because the messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he told us that the black man is the future ruler. Yes. He said the black man is not national. The black man is universal. Yes. We will be universal rulers. Right. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that Master Farad Muhammad came and gave to us a flag. Right. He said our flag represents the sun, moon, and the stars. That represents the universe. That's the black man. That's why we don't run around like black Hebrew Israelites talking about what's your nationality. The black man is not national. The black man is universal. Yes, messenger told us the black man made the earth as a home for himself. Right. He told us that the planet Earth is the home of Islam. That's the earth. So we not national. We universal. We know that the first grafted race is the brown man. The brown man is the Japanese. The second grafted race is the yellow race. The yellow race represents the Chinese. The third grafted race is the white race. Messenger said they no more original. They not a part of nobody but themselves. The white race is a race all to themselves. They are a people that is 100% wicked. So the messenger taught us that the white race is no more original and that all other people cannot get along with the white race. So he said that the brown and the yellow, they are our half brothers. That's the teachings of the message. That's right. So when we see this hypocrite Lewis had his sister in her MGT garment, we should oppose this. That's right. No disrespect to her, but the messenger said we got to take our place. Right. If we don't take our place, other people will take our place. Right. You had these people in Los Angeles, the temple that she in, they talking about stop Chinese or Asian hate. They got Muslims marching with Chinese people talking about stop Chinese hate. When you just had this Chinese man who was he owned a gas station. I think it was in Louisiana or North Carolina. He shot this 14-year-old black boy because he accused him of stealing four bottles of water. That's this Asian. We got to know our place. Them Asians ain't no friend to the black. They the half brother. Right. They a crafty little race like the white man. Yeah. But we got to take our place. Yeah. But let's go further with this hypocrite. Because we talking about the hypocrites and the snakes. We got to know. This is another trick from this hypocrite. He got the reformation of the woman. That's how he can sneak old Ellen in. Sneak her in by not talking about the black woman. That's what the messenger said. But he said the woman. The reformation of the woman. Now listen to what this hypocrite said. He says the woman, if true to her feminine nature, is really an advance over the man. Not because of her beauty, her accomplishments, or even the nature of her love when correctly awakened, but because she possesses the womb, the laboratory wherein are fashioned those who will inhabit the world. The womb is where she cooperates with or is an assistant to Allah in the formation, the reformation, and the final completion of the human being. So there is no reformation without the reform of the womb. But how do you reform something that has been rejected from birth? This hypocrite talking about the womb. No disrespect to the sisters. No disrespect at all. But that's a bunch of nonsense. He talking about the woman's womb. And when the black man don't know his rightful place, he go for that. No disrespect to the sisters. But this is how this hypocrite weaves her in. Talking about the womb. All women have a womb. He talking about the womb of all women. Not only is he saying that, he said that they really advance over the man. That's this hypocrite. When we do not know our place at all, the messenger said it's impossible for the black man to know his place until the coming of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Yes, so maybe before the messenger, this hypocrite could have ran that on us. But he can't run it on us today. No. Because the messenger told us, he said, can you fool a Muslim? Not nowadays. Praise is due to Allah. You can't be fooled unless you want to be. That's right. So let's listen to Sister Margie Hassan, one of my all-time favorites. Yes. This comes from the August 29th, 1969, Muhammad Speaks. It says the woman in Islam knows that the black man is the God of the universe. That's right. He is the creator and the maker. He also made woman. The Bible and Holy Quran both verify these great teachings of the messenger Muhammad. By nature, the man is the boss and the builder. Now let's stop right there. Because in today's world, It's a lot of competition between the brothers and the sisters with these teachings. This didn't exist before this snake, Shahrazad Ali. We're going to go even further on her. This snake, Shahrazad Ali.
Talk about it, brother.
It never was any kind of conflict. The messenger taught us for 44 years the role of the black woman. Yes. And because the messenger taught us our role, we can't go and turn on the sisters and say, well, we the boss. We the builder. Because the messenger taught us our whole responsibility. Because the messenger is the man who say it costs to be the boss. That's right. He ain't somebody all praises due to Allah. He ain't with the chest poked out stuff. Because I heard Sister Anna Kareem say, the messenger say this problem is to be worked out and not talked out. Mm-hmm. Messenger wasn't with a whole lot of talking. Right. The messenger didn't leave none of us off the hook. It's these hypocrites and snakes. Turn the black man against the black woman. But this is a sister. Because I never, before I read Sister Margie Hassan, she was the first one I ever read that talked about how the black man made the black woman. I never really heard that taught on. I done heard it before through the grapevine. But I never heard actual articles of her talking about as a sister. Talking about how the black woman is made to please her man. She even talked about if that's all the black woman do in her life, she completed her role is to please her husband. Right. I ain't never in my, I'm like, wow, this from a, she didn't feel no kind of way like I'm going to be dogged out, like I'm going to be disrespected, because she also knew the role of the brother. That's right. That's what make it even, Steve. If the sister only know her role between her husband, she missing out. Because the messenger says, ask questions and learn all about yourself. Yeah. Right. Black woman is a mother. The black woman is a wife. But she also got to love her own self. Right. That's right. She got to know her own self. Absolutely. It's good to know the brother. It's good to know the black man is God. But the messenger said, just like the messenger, he the first one I ever heard say this too. He said, never give me your last. He said, if you can't help yourself, how you gonna help me? That's right. If a black woman don't love herself, how she gonna love her husband? Right. How she gonna love her children? Right. How she gonna treat them right? How she gonna teach them right? First law of nature is self-preservation. That's right. So when the messenger taught us our role, he was teaching us self-preservation. Right. So Sister Margie goes on. She says, the God made woman for himself, from himself, for himself. Therefore, the relationship between husband and wife is that they are one person. That ain't what this snake Shahrazad is telling the sisters. She using the teachings of the messenger to use the sisters as some doormat for the brother. But the one thing you do, you can go to NOIWC. I give them sisters credit. Yes. They got a whole lot of articles straight for the sisters. Where the sisters can read Margie Hassan articles. Yes. They can read Anna Kareem, Baina Sharif, and other little articles from other sisters. Mm-hmm. Go read how them sisters used to talk. They didn't talk like a doormat. They talk like, I know my worth. Brother know his worth, I know mine too. Mm-hmm. As they say, bring it to, sister knew what she brought to the table. Mm-hmm. This brother ain't just because he say he God, that don't mean I'm his little slave and he gonna treat me wrong. Right. Go read what them sisters used to say. She knew how the messenger said a black man's supposed to treat his wife. Right. They knew that. So the messenger taught the MGT that a black man, not only because this was from Sister Baina Sharif, she was writing about the sisters in Islam. She said the messenger taught them that not only is the black man supposed to be 100% provided, He said the messenger teach the black man he's supposed to go a step further than that. Yes. He said he's supposed to provide for his wife a palace to where she won't want nothing on the outside. That's right. That means she's supposed to want to stay in the house when she see all her friends sharing pictures of them in the Bahamas, sharing pictures of them on a cruise. She's supposed to be so satisfied with her palace that she don't want to leave. That's the teachings of the message. Yes, so when this snake and this hypocrite came on the scene, they come on the scene to confuse the black man. They come on the scene to commercialize off our ignorance. But the messenger, he said it's time for us to take our rightful place. Yes. The black woman is the queen mother of civilization. Right. Messenger taught us the black woman is the best. Yes. So when we say that, no disrespect, but the black woman better than the Chinese. Yes. Them sisters in the MGT class should feel that way. They should feel disrespected to have her in their class. This is a sisterhood. What we look like in there for? I got some Chinese dude in our no. He got to go. If he want to accept, go make a temple with the Chinese people. Right. We don't want no Chinese up in our FOI class. This is a black brotherhood. Right. This is a brotherhood and a sisterhood. When you listen to the messenger talk about uniting with these other people, he was talking about financially. Right. He wasn't talking about the Arabs coming in our class. Right. He wasn't talking about the Chinese coming in our class. Right. He's talking about if you want to help us, unite with your long lost black brothers. Right. Help us financially. Right. Help us to build a nation. Right. Help us to do for self. Right. Help us to get some land that we can call our own. Right. If you want to help. Right. You're a Chinese man. Right. You got land. Right. You know about international. Teach them how to do. Right. That was the message. Right. So Sister Margie Hassan goes on. She says the God made woman from himself for himself. Therefore, the relationship between husband and wife is that they are one person. The woman was made to please the man, to care for his needs, and truly love, honor, and obey him. For in Islam, every righteous Muslim, the woman in Islam is She says, for in Islam, everyone is under the law of Allah. And in obeying her husband, a righteous Muslim woman, the woman in Islam is obeying Allah. And this is why when you had the message, he didn't say Allah made the black woman. For he said the black man made the black woman for himself. That's what he said. But this hypocrite, he say the Allah stuff. Yeah. Allah made. Allah. Who is Allah? Yeah. Messenger taught us Allah has a name. Messenger taught us that Allah's name is Master Farad Muhammad. Right. He told us that the black man is God. Right. The black man is the Lord of the rulers of the universe. Right. But he said it's always one who is wiser than them all. Yes. Right. He said that one is Master Farad Muhammad. He said when we say Allah, we mean all in all. Right. That means all of the attributes. Right. That's one person. Right. So when we say Allah, we talking about Master Farad Muhammad. When the messenger said Allah, he wasn't talking about everybody. He said, I represent to you God in person. That's right. That's who he didn't represent a spook. Right. He didn't represent a God in the sky. Right. He represented to us God in person. Right. He told us that Master Farad Muhammad was going to rule through us. Right. We're supposed to submit to his will. And he gonna take us to the top of civilization. That's right. That's the messenger's teaching. The black man, not the Chinese man, right. Not the Japanese man, not the Korean, but the black man. Right. So she goes on. She says, Messenger Muhammad teaches us the woman should exalt the woman should always smile and adorn her husband and give him credit for his exalted position. If the husband has any intelligence at all, she does not have to ask him to return this adoration. He gives it to her freely. For in loving her and displaying this affection, this is part of his beautiful love of himself.
That's right.
That's what the messenger taught. So it never was a competition until this little snake called Shahrazad Ali. Because when the messenger was teaching us about our woman, he teaching us about ourselves.
Right.
So he said that the black man and the black woman is like twin halves. And when they get married, they come together as one person. So he told us we're supposed to work in harmony together.
Yes.
So when he tells us that the black woman was made to please her man, we give her something that's pleasing to her too.
That's right.
We make it easy for her to please her man. If she happy, she please us even better. And that's what the messenger taught. The black woman is a helpmate. That's what the messenger taught. So let's go on with Margie Hassan. Because sometimes Margie Hassan went kind of hard on the sister. But it still wasn't the same as Shahrazad, the snake. We always want to remind. When we talking about Shahrazad, we talking about a snake. Because the messenger taught us in the Muhammad Speaks newspaper. You got true believers. You got weak Muslims. You got hypocrites and you got disbelievers. You got to know these people. You know them through their actions.
That's right.
That's what the messenger said. He said you can say what you want to say. But he said Islam is what you practice.
Right.
Islam is not what you say.
That's right.
So you got this snake, Shahrazad. Because I want to make it perfectly clear to the world why I call her a snake.
Yeah.
So that Shahrazad can say all she want to say about how she loved her message, about how she followed his teachings. But the messenger talked about hypocrites. And I'm not calling her one. But these are the characteristics of hypocrites. He said they're not satisfied with what the messenger taught. That's a characteristic that we're supposed to be watching when you see brothers and sisters who ain't satisfied with what the messenger taught. If the messenger say no makeup, is you satisfied with that? Pray due to Allah. The messenger make a headpiece, is you satisfied with that? Is you satisfied with the MGT garment? Is you satisfied with what he taught? She don't look like she's satisfied. So we can look at her and see she a snake. She can say what she wanna say. She can deceive who she wanna deceive. But we the true believers see her as a snake.
Yes, sir.
And we telling the world she's a little snake.
That's right.
She's a lying little snake.
Yes.
Who not satisfied with what the messenger taught. We can look at this hypocrite Louis Eugene. Look at him. He ain't satisfied with what the messenger taught. When this hypocrite was the national representative of the message. When you saw him in street clothes. Never. But us being Muslim, the messenger taught us how to dress. He said, look like me. Do like I do. They used to say the messenger is the prime example.
That's right.
And the messenger, I ain't bring this picture. But to show you how down the messenger was with the cause. You see him in the desert on a camel where it's 3,000 degrees. He got on his suit and bow tie.
That's right. He did.
Not only do he got his suit and bow tie on, he got it buttoned all the way up to the bottom. Got his bow tie on straight with some tied around his head. That was the message. He was satisfied. This hypocrite ain't satisfied. You see this hypocrite in street clothes. You see this hypocrite touching this sister. Why you touching her? You ain't satisfied. Messenger gave us in the restrictive law, married and taken up time. The messenger that taught the MGT, it's your nature to please your man. Then you got this hypocrite. He ain't satisfied. He want another one. And that's what I can understand in MGT. when you see this brother. I done been taught. It's my nature to please my man. It's my nature to submit to you. Then I'm doing all of that, and I see you holding a sister's hand. I see you always got your arm around a sister. This hypocrite kissing Stephanie Mills. That's how we know he ain't satisfied.
Right.
But since he ain't satisfied, Shahrazad ain't satisfied. We lead him in the dust.
That's right.
We don't follow them. We don't have no kind of, oh, we cool. No. None of the messengers say we forsake and we cast off all those who disobey Allah. So when you had Sister Margie Hassan, and she used to write articles sometime going hard on the sister. Let's read one of her articles. This comes from the January 16, 1970, Muhammad Speaks. It says, Messenger Muhammad is restoring the woman in Islam to her natural righteous self and her rightful place. So Sister Anna Kareem or Sister Margie Hassan always let the sister know what her purpose is. My purpose is not to beat you up. My purpose is not to dog you out. So the first thing I'm going to let you know is Messenger Muhammad is restoring the black woman into her rightful place. Before we even get into this stuff that you might not want to hear. Messenger, he ain't talking it out. He working the problem out. Right. So he restoring the black woman. This hypocrite Louis Eugene ain't restoring. This snake Shahrazad, she not restoring the black. She talking the problem out. This hypocrite Louis Eugene talking the problem out. But Sister Margie Hassan says, Messenger Muhammad is restoring the black woman in Islam to her natural righteous self and her rightful place. It is plain to see that the black woman of America, in her savage, devilish, proud, arrogant, rebellious, and disrespectful state, can no longer be tolerated by the God of righteousness and the people of righteousness. So now she about to get into what she trying to say in her. But she give you a little introduction. Yes. To let you know this about to be hard, because you got to say the hard stuff sometime. You can't always be, as they say, win friends and influence people. Sometimes you got to step on your brother's toes. So she doing it the best way she can. So she says, it is plain to see that the black woman of America, in her savage, devilish, proud, arrogant, rebellious, and disrespectful state, can no longer be tolerated by the God of righteousness and the people of righteousness. She says the devil has made the savage black woman the tool of destruction of herself, her husband, and her own black nation. That right there is what separates Sister Margie Hassan from this snake. Sister Margie Hassan was taught by the messenger. Yes. The whole purpose of all of this is to get us to get back to our rightful place. Yes. It ain't to come out with a book. It ain't to make yourself look like you better than your lost found brother. The whole point is for the black man to take his rightful place. Yeah. Right. Messenger told us it's impossible for the black man to take his rightful place until the coming of Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. So if it wasn't for the messenger, we wouldn't know our rightful place. Right. We wouldn't know how to take our rightful place. Right. We wouldn't know how to teach others if it had not been for the message. Right. So she goes on. She says her evil weapons have been her wicked spirit of mockery, disobedience, disrespect, and dishonor of her black husband. This kind of woman must and will be removed and her power over the black man crushed. Wow. And the work of the God to remove all of the rulership and marks of the devil. That's right. That's good. So it ain't telling her it's because of you. God gonna get you trying to get to death.
Right.
The messenger give us our opportunity to get out of the way.
Yes.
Right.
That's the point. She telling you, the devil made you destructive to yourself. That's the difference between this snake, Shahrazad. She make the brother think that the sister benefit from being rebellious. This is something she want to do. She want to be fat. She want to not cook. She want to rule you. She not telling you that the sister is the queen mother of civilization.
Yeah.
She the mother of refinement. She's the mother of culture. She's the mother of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's what she is by nature.
Right.
But she been robbed of her knowledge herself
Yeah.
by the devil.
Right.
And the devil reverses, takes her and uses herself against her.
Right.
Makes her destroy herself. Makes her destroy her husband. And makes her destroy her child.
That's right.
Because the black woman benefits from submitting to her husband.
Yes.
Because her husband is the God of the universe. So it makes our praises due to Allah. So it benefits her to submit to the God. Because Sister Margie said when she obeys Allah, when she obeys her husband, she obeying Allah. Because the black man is God.
That's right.
That gives us all our understanding of our place.
That's right.
The black man got to know his place.
Ain't playing, man.
You don't learn your place from a snake. You don't learn your place trying to be this egotistical maniac.
Right.
You don't learn your place. You only learn your place from the messenger. You got to know the great responsibility that we have. We got to be merciful to our wives.
Yes.
Even when you see a sister. I done seen many sisters. Sometimes I'll tell you the first time I ever went out. It was this sister because when you out selling papers, you always judge what's walking up to you. Sometimes you don't know what to expect. You got to get yourself, as they say, on guard.
That's right.
So I saw this sister walk up to me, I'm talking about half naked. So I'm standing there looking like, if she want a paper, do she want to try to talk to me? Why is she coming up to me? But still, Muhammad speaks. So as I began to talk to this sister, she knew stuff about the messenger I ain't know. I'm like, wow. Then she began to talk about herself. Because the thing about the message, he said, hold the dirty glass next to the clean glass.
Yes.
Because he said the black man's nature will cause us to be ashamed. That's our nature. When we see right, we know it's right. When you see a brother who smoke, he come around you, he don't smoke. Or you don't smoke. He can start condemning himself eventually. I need to give these cigarettes up. Ain't said nothing to him about smoke, but he see you clean. He see you doing the right. He knowing his own self what he doing is wrong.
Right.
Brother could come around, sister could curse. Oh, excuse me. Because he knoweth in himself that that is wrong. So the messenger didn't teach us to condemn our people. He didn't want us to remind us of our ills. We already know that, but we don't know our rightful place.
Yes.
The sister already knows she half naked. Sometimes she wish she had the answer, but just don't know. That's like a person who poor. Just because they poor don't mean they don't wish they was rich. They just don't know how to be rich.
Yeah.
They might get $1 million and blow it. That don't mean they wish they knew how to invest. They wish they knew how to have money in the bank, but they just don't know how. So we don't condemn them because we got to work the problem.
Yes.
We don't just talk the problem. When you work the problem, you got to start with yourself.
Yes.
You got to be the example.
That's right.
And that's what the messenger taught us. We the example.
That's
Right.
right.
He said you don't go around the people talking. No, you got to start with yourself. He said clean yourself up.
Yes.
He didn't say clean yourself up.
Yes.
That's the first thing we have to start with is ourselves. Once we clean ourselves up, then we can become the examples that our people need. Because this is another picture that went viral. This was Megan Thee Stallion. She went to go throw baseball or throw the first pitch. Just to show you how the white man uses us against our own self. Because Meg Thee Stallion by nature, she is refinement. What does refinement mean? This comes from how to be refined and sophisticated. It says it is an air of confidence, an exposure, poise, and grace. It is a certain way of carrying oneself with dignity and ease. It is a sense of style and refinement in both appearance and behavior. That's what the white man knows. But he want to keep us from our rightful place. So he said, oh, you can go and look how you want to look. We have no shame. Go out there looking half naked. We don't know that what we wear is showing the whole world how we want them to perceive us.
That's right.
Because refinement means, it says it is an air of confidence and composure, poise and grace. It is a certain way of carrying oneself with dignity and ease. It is a sense of style and refinement in both appearance and behavior. To be refined and sophisticated is to exhibit the most highly esteemed qualities in society. That's what Megan Thee Stallion is by nature. But she don't know. So when Sister Marjorie Hassan is telling her, the devil is using you against yourself.
Yes.
He's using you against your husband and your children. Because you by nature are refinement. So it goes on to say, it says to be refined and sophisticated is to exhibit the most highly esteemed qualities in society, like elegance, sophistication, and class. It is to be someone who is cultured and well educated, someone who knows how to navigate the world with charm and savvy. Not how to navigate your community. Not how to navigate your city or town. But to navigate the world with savvy and charm. Wow. But let's go on. It says personal style. It says one's personal style is an outward expression of their innermost self. It helps to communicate who you are, what you stand for, your own ideas, and how you want to be perceived by the world. That's all in refinement. We ain't even talking about culture. We ain't talking about knowledge, wisdom. We just touching the surface on refinement. The black man or the white man knows that. So he used the sister against her own self. What she wearing is what her own inner ideas. How she want the world to perceive her. So when the catcher come up to hug her, he put his hand on her backside. That's the white man. Because just like this went viral, the picture of the sister went viral too. This is how she want the world to see her. Because the world sees us. No matter what we think. They even see us civilized or they see us as savages. But the whole world see us. And the messenger said the world is disappointed to see how we falling for the tricks of the devil.
Yes, sir.
That's what he said. The whole world is waiting for us. Because the messenger said until our problem is solved, nobody else's problem will be solved. That's right. That's why the black man must know our rightful place. Yes, right. The black man is the owner, the maker, the cream of the planet Earth, and the God of the universe. Yes, the black woman is the queen, mother of civilization. Yes, so it's time for the black man to take his rightful place. That's right. Well, brothers and sisters, I don't want to prolong the time. So I'll leave you as I came in the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Enjoying the show? Help keep us on the air. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033 to make a donation.
Brothers and sisters, we rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the beneficent and merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the beneficent and merciful, sole master's day of judgment in which we now live. Thee alone do we serve, and Thee alone seek for Thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path, path of those upon whom Thou spell Thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom Thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard Thy teachings. Say He, Allah is one God. Allah is He of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is He begotten, there is none like Him. And I bear witness that none deserve to be served, worship, or praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is Thy true servant and last apostle. Ameen. Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us not to do anything to anyone that we wouldn't have done it to ourselves and treat everybody right, even the devil. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.